Roadman Saf.
Yo, it's the Dragon.
It's your girl, Heather.
It's your boy Jason Barksdale, formerly known as JRE.
Hey, I'm Ezra Jordan, and you're listening to The Cool Table.
And you are listening to The Cool Table live.
What's up? It's me, Alfie. You're listening to The Cool Table with Adriel Smiley.
Now in the cut with Adriel Smiley. You know what I mean?
Live in the cut with Adriel Smiley. You know what it do.
You're in the cut with my boy Adriel Smiley. You heard me?
And I'm not sure if you know this, but right now you're in the cut with my man Adriel Smiley.
Alien.
He's an alien.
Sorry, do you believe the conspiracy that he can actually see?
No, I've met
Okay.
him before, and I
Okay.
don't think he can see.
I'm asking because you met him. Because I always think about that scene where he does the choreography and he's dancing and then catches the mic when it drops. Have you seen that video?
No.
There's a video where a mic like falls and he catches it like before it hits the ground.
See, but how awful would it be to fake being blind?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you don't win. There's no winning. It's like, yeah, let me act like I can't see anything my entire life. How dumb is that? Nobody would do that.
I don't know what the plus of that is. What is?
Well, after you get famous, you just go like, gotcha. I can see perfectly fine. I'm gonna still wear the sunglasses inside though.
Because they're cool.
Because I'm cool.
Oh my goodness.
He was the originator of sunglasses
inside
at night.
I can believe that.
He has to be.
Yeah. Ray Charles, maybe.
But he was around before Ray.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He's
pre-Ray. Yeah, he's pre-Ray.
He's pre-Ray, I think.
Yeah, so he's for sure the OG in that.
He's the OG.
You said that all your ideas come from internet memes and bong water. Now, what specific ideas come from internet memes and bong water?
Well, I had an idea recently about a jacket.
Okay.
Called I wanted to call it the leather. Somebody's gonna steal this idea, which is fine. If you pull this off, I get 20%. I go to festivals a lot because we play, and I thought up this jacket called the Leatherage jacket.
Okay.
Where in the sleeve right here, it was like, those tent poles?
Yeah.
Where they detract. So the little carbon fiber pole sits in the sleeve like that, and you can pull it out.
Okay.
And then there's these two little hips in the jacket that the pole sits in, so you have like full leverage.
Okay.
To carry like dead bodies or firewood or groceries.
These are all festival things. I feel you.
At the festival, you can pop it out and put it behind you, so you have like an arm seat when you're sitting on the ground.
I like that.
You can defend yourself with it.
I don't think someone's gonna steal this. I think this may be too complicated for someone.
To each his own. To each his own.
But yeah, so that's a bong water internet meme idea.
That was not from an internet meme, but definitely some bong water was in the mix when that idea came.
And what was the name of that one?
The Leatherage jacket.
Someone might take the name. I like the name. The name someone might take and use it somewhere else.
Yeah, we're gonna make it out of jean though. It's not a bad idea.
No.
I had another idea like it that I just wish at some point somebody could pull off, but I pictured a young kid, most likely had consumed some or a lot of cannabis.
Okay.
Up very late at night.
Okay.
And I pictured Eddie Vedder coming on the TV screen and attempting to sell an infomercial spot.
Okay.
And the product he was moving was the Eddie Vedder Better Petter.
Wow.
It's like a glove that you wear while you're petting your cat.
And it helps you pet the cat better.
And it helps you pet the cat better. And I can only it's a 15-second clip, and it's like an Andy Kaufman bit that I can picture a kid fried out of his mind going, what in the world am I watching right now? What's that number? I gotta call
The Better Petter. Wow.
I'm Eddie Vedder, and this is the Eddie Vedder Better Petter.
I think that should just exist just so we all to try and say that.
Yeah.
That alone.
Yeah, and if you call now, you get the Eddie Vedder Better Petter sweater
Whoa.
with proof of purchase.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are you a go-getter? You need the Eddie Vedder Better Petter.
Oh my gosh. This is like SNL should take this. SNL got to take this.
But you'd need Eddie Vedder. That's the thing. You'd need Eddie to sign off on it. Because if it wasn't actually Eddie Vedder,
Yeah. You can't have a phony.
Can't have
Yeah.
the character is like somebody playing Eddie Vedder. It has to be Eddie.
Has the original. I think we can pull the money together to get him to do it.
Dude, you got this cookie dough here.
Right with that.
You got budget, bro?
No budget.
No budget.
You talked about like using your phone and social media to get out of awkward situations. How are you with that now? Are you still like that, or you feel like you've gotten better?
Oh no, I mean, ask my new friend Aaron. We got on an elevator earlier. Phone. I try to be conscious of it, but I mean, it's a kickstand.
It's like a crutch. But what I've done, and I think this kind of works, is like I'll use like music as the way to get out of that. So I'll always try and have my headphones in, and just put my headphones in and put my phone in my pocket, and that's like a little less antisocial. So instead of just not talking to you on my phone, I'm talking to you with music playing.
Yeah.
So that's like a little bit better, but your phone's always gonna end up in your hands. Like always. Like there's no way around it.
Mine, nobody can. I have the AirPods, which are incredible.
Yeah.
Best accessory I've ever owned. But I have long hair, and so nobody.
Oh, no one can see that.
Can see the AirPods in.
Oh my goodness.
And so they'll just start ripping off at me, and I won't be paying attention because I can't hear them. That causes a dilemma sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no way around that. You have your beautiful AirPods, so you can't turn back now and get regular headphones. There's no reason for that.
This is never a good look, to pull your hair back and then point at your AirPod.
You can go 2014 man bun and just live like that.
I rock the bun every once in a while. I've been getting more comfortable at rocking the man. For a while, the man bun was getting a lot of hate.
Yeah, I hated it for a little while because it was at a point where people didn't really even have hair to bun.
Right.
And we call it the struggle onion bun. You know, the end of the onion that looks like that.
Yeah.
So that's what people's man bun would be, just to put something wrapped up. They would do it, and it's like, just be yourself. You don't have it. You don't have it.
Oh, totally. Yes.
Yeah. I'm happy we're past that now. But there was a time when
their bun would look like a balloon knot. You know, like the
dead
it's like nothing there.
but they'd rock it with confidence though. No one the people who would do that wouldn't feel insecure about that. They were confident saying, yeah, this is a man bun. I'm doing it.
Yeah, the odd one for me was always like the super manicured.
Yeah.
Like the hair is like on point, like super crisped up, and then just a bun. It was like, I feel like the bun's purpose is being
messy.
It's like I'm just whatever.
Yeah.
I try to make sure I have a little bit of mess going on with my man bun. I never manicure my
so you purposely make sure it's a mess.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do it with one hand, upside down, riding a bike.
Gets the job done.
Yeah.
I saw you got a couple neat tasks recently.
Yeah.
How good's this?
How good's this?
Can you tell us about that? How do you guys always say that? Because that's like it's so simple, but that's something I feel like everyone should be saying. Like, how good's this? How good's this?
Yeah. How good's this? I married an Australian 6 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. She's incredible. And one of the reasons why I love her so much is that she's Australian. And the Australian people, at least the ones I've met and come in contact with, they just have a perspective of life that is so positive.
I've heard that.
It's like
it's confirmation.
Go to Australia if you ever get a chance. It's a long flight, but Australia is the coolest place in the world. Everybody is so kind. You could walk up to anybody at any point and talk talk for an hour and a half.
Wow.
And my father-in-law just always has like a rainbow shooting out of his ears.
Wow.
He's constantly stoked. I took him skiing a couple years back, and the day before, our mountain had got like 10 inches of like fresh powder.
Damn.
And I was amped. But we got him up there, and we rented like the worst skis possible, really skinny like slalom skis that in powder just sink right
all
to the
way
bottom.
down.
So it was taking him a while to get down the hill, and we'd be at the chairlift 15 20 minutes, and I was like, dude, this is the moment where I'm gonna see him pop. Like I'm gonna get him. This is gonna be the one. No, sure enough,
Came down,
get down the
huge
bottom
smile.
of the hill, and how good's this? Huh? How good's this? Al? I went fishing with him in Alaska. He took a 30-hour travel day, all the way from Australia to Alaska. Rolls into Alaska. We go straight fishing.
Okay.
Me and my buddy Paul and my buddy Art, we're just ripping them. Silver salmon, just no problem.
Okay.
Like we've caught our limit that day. Muzz doesn't even get a bite. Like he's not getting a bite at all, and the whole day he's like, how good's this? How good's this? Huh? So that was the team tattoo for just a good.
And you got it on both, right?
Yeah, one that's facing out and one that's facing me. And Muzz, like 3 days later, got the same exact tat.
On the knees too?
On the knees, yeah. And I think our buddy Paul's supposed to be getting it too here pretty soon.
And everyone's doing both knees, right?
Yeah, I mean everybody. Yeah, you can. It's your body, so if you want to just get one.
All you guys.
Yeah, everybody so far has got both knees.
That the most painful tat you've gotten so far? Because you were talking about.
I have one on I got one on my wrist and the knees there. So I don't have a really good barometer for painful tats. My wife has like all down her arm, up under here. Must be so painful.
Oh my goodness.
But she's a savage, dude. She's like a
So you just imagine she didn't feel pain at all? And there was nothing there?
During our wedding vows, like our wedding vows, I'm sobbing, dude. I'm just like, this is my impression of my wedding vows. You guys want to hear my wedding vows? And so I finish mine. I'm sobbing. My wife does hers, doesn't shed a tear.
Oh my god.
She finishes just stone cold, and I look at her, I'm like, what the? Didn't even cry.
I would have begged for some fake tears at least.
Oh, I was like, she was stone cold. Yeah. It was the holy water.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She looks at me. She goes, I'm Asian.
Was that her excuse?
That was her excuse. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's stone cold, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I have a story like that as well. On Mother's Day 2 years ago, we were in church and we were like talking about my mother, and so I ended up crying.
Yeah.
My brother ended up crying. And my other brother ended up crying.
Yeah.
My mom, maybe one tear, maybe two. Yeah. We're like, and we don't cry like that, and we're all bawling. And she maybe a little bit, but we are like crying, is going out of style.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I love you guys so much. That was so awesome.
You're just looking at each other like, is she gonna do it? Or? You cry hard. If you cry harder, start whimpering. Yeah, I come from a long lineage of criers. Oh, like my dad cried every Sunday.
Why every Sunday?
He was a pastor, so every Sunday he would cry.
Like before or after?
The whole thing, just from start to finish. He would just tear up at some point during the service. Of course, very passionate, empathetic individual. And dude, if I'm even in the area code of my father crying, I lose it. Like a sprinkler.
Yeah, no, that thing, that's even more impressive that she didn't cry when you were doing her vows. That's me. If someone who I care about is crying, it's hard for me not to tear up. I gotta look away. Yeah. She was just right in your face, cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
She was like,
Good talk.
Yeah, you're gonna do what? You're gonna do what? You're gonna always cherish me.
Oh man, this is gonna be the last thing to talk about before we go. But
Okay.
First time I heard your voice was Neon Cathedral,
Oh yeah, word.
and like hearing about your story and everything, I imagine the conversations when you guys were creating that song or around that song were like incredible. Let's talk about you guys having the idea to create that song and then what's behind that.
So that song was it took a lot of different forms actually. I first heard it when another friend of mine from Seattle had done like a different hook on top of it.
Okay.
And Ryan and Ben didn't like it.
Okay.
Or they just didn't end up going with it. And
Okay.
so they hollered at me and asked me to take a swing at it. And we completely redid it. I remember, like, because I sat down on the piano and just kind of started playing that melody, and then Ryan kind of built off that. Ryan's like a mad genius in the studio, but he's one of those producers who like holes up, in a cave for like
Really?
3 days and comes out with like
A masterpiece.
totally different thing than what he started on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like a mad boy genius. But the idea was already there. Mac had been sober, I think at that point, for probably 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And it might have been longer, but essentially that was his like twist on the bar being really the place that people worship if in modern day society. It was a cool concept, but I can't take credit for anything other than singing. I wrote the hook, but the concept was already there.
Right there. Okay. So the album, we don't have a date yet. We don't have a name yet. Can you tell us? I guess you talked about the live music aspect, and that's something that's going to make it very, very unique. But have you thought about, I guess, the tour for the live album, or what songs are going to be the singles? Have you thought about things like that yet?
Yeah, we've kind of settled on track listing.
Okay.
We've settled on I don't think we've settled on which song will be the like proper single that we kind of really get behind and try to push with money and all the things that go into a radio campaign. But we're playing all 3 of the songs that are released currently, Brown Eyed Lover, Warriors, Taste of You, during the show.
Yeah.
And they're all reacting really well. I mean, the fan base knows the songs.
Oh, I can imagine.
And we've been this has been the most tickets we've ever sold on a tour this go around, so it seems to be working. We approach every tour differently during rehearsal week. So from the lighting design to stage design, props, the backbone of the show is the live music.
Yeah.
So there's always that element. Like, it's not an art piece. Like some art pieces.
Yours is the bases in the live music.
It's live music. It's like, that's what I want to give the audience. I don't want to just give them a bigger screen to watch than the one that they saw me on
last time. Yeah.
There's a huge influx of just like only LED huge televisions on stage, and it's like, where's the art? I didn't even see the artist anywhere. I'll just see
the TV's much bigger than the artist. So everyone just watches the TV.
Yeah. But I totally forgot your original question.
Just talking about the album, you said you have track listing down. And the live part of it.
Yeah. So when the record's out and we do another headline trip, we'll add a few of the songs that are getting people's attention. This time around, when we made the set list, I just had my manager print out like the highest
songs on Spotify.
Stream numbers on Spotify, and I was like, all right, those are the 20 songs we're doing.
Makes sense.
there's a few people here and there that, you know, will shout out a song that I'm not going to do during the night. But for the most part, I think we're hitting all the...
Everyone seems happy.
Yeah, seems like the shows are going well.
Who are you listening to right now?
Dude, I'm listening to Matt Corby's new record. Do you know this cat?
Don't know who that is.
Oh my god. Dude is a savage. He's an Australian cat. The most unreal voice.
Corby with a K or with a C?
With a C. C-O-R-B-Y. The most unreal voice. Do you know Matt Corby? Unbelievable singer. Like, absurd. His voice. His voice is just bonkers. His voice. Could I say it again?
I heard his voice is really good.
His voice is killing.
Okay.
Did I tell you about Matt Corby's voice?
Someone's talking
and
about it.
And he's handsome too. He's like gorgeous. He's a gorgeous man.
That's unfair, right?
I know. I was like, it's like, dude. Yes.
That's really
yeah, he's like just gorgeous. He's Australian.
Wow.
My wife is obsessed with him. That's a problem. We play festivals together all the time, and I have to like hold her back from. She put his name in her vows. It was, no, just kidding.
that is way too savage.
I almost dropped him. No.
Oh man.
Matt Corby, Emily King's got a new project coming out that is incredible. I love Emily. I've been listening to the Wood Brothers a lot lately.
People who I've never heard of, so I'm doing a lot of Spotify following.
Yeah, they're cool. I've been listening to... been going back and listening to Common's early work, like B and...
Okay.
What's the chocolate record?
Not Finding Forever.
Finding Forever, too. Yeah, we've been jamming that in the green room, too. I love Common. Especially that early stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff he did with Dilla's unbelievable. Who else have I been listening to?
Yeah.
Oh, Canada's Own. Oh, now I'm gonna totally forget his name.
Oh, that was such a great build-up. Who's Canada's Own?
Canada's Own. Why am I forgetting his name? I could find it by the end of the segment. Andy Schauf.
Andy Schauf.
Oh my God. He has a new band?
Yeah,
Fox Warren.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Fox Warren. F-O...
One word, right?
I think so.
Warren?
Yeah. No.
Fox Warren.
No worries. No worries.
I'm gonna check it out.
Nah.
I love that record. The Party is unbelievable. Adding. Done.
All right. Yeah. We Thank you. That's all from me. I want to thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, man.
The Cool Table. We're in the cut with Alan Stone. Know yourself.
Thanks, man.